So with that nicely bent into shape the way we want it, what we want to be doing now is we want to get the other end in position. So we're holding this in place. We want to get a pencil out, and what we need to do is I'm just sort of going to hold this and walk my way along, and then right here we need to make a general mark. Right, we're making this general mark because we want this to get fitted properly, so don't sort of get it right up bang to the mark. Cut it maybe like a mil sort of more to the left, so as you know, you don't want to be in a situation where you've just spent all this time working on this bit just here and then you end up cutting it short to sort of go onto our model. So I've just made a little line there. I'm going to make a nice simple cut. There we go, and then that probably won't fit, right? It's probably going to be a little bit too long. Right, hopefully as you can see there, it's a little bit too long, and that's what we want. We don't really want this being too short, because as I say, you know, we've spent so much time on this end. So this is where you come along and then we can simply just shave away a little bit at a time, like a really tiny little bit of a shaving, and then we test fit again, making sure it's all good, and then we keep doing that until it fits just nicely. This way we just save ourselves making a little mistake there, which gives us all this stuff we've got to do all over again. And so that now brings us to actually putting this on. Now what we want to be doing is this here, as you can see, I mean, it's the wood, because we've had to apply so much heat to sort of bend it and twist it, it has gone a little bit sort of almost a bit burnt and brittle. So actually pushing nails into this is most likely going to split the wood basically. So what we want to be doing is actually coming in and drilling some holes, right? So I'm just going to get one just on here, just on the edge, right? Drill a nice hole in there, and actually we could probably do with one up here as well. Let's just test fit this on here just to make sure. Yeah, probably just put another one just about here, right? And this just stops the wood from splitting basically. And we also need, as always, as shown before, we want to get, I'm trying to get you on camera, get one this end as well. I'm putting it in at an angle, right, because we have only got half of a bulkhead there to put that onto. So what we need to do now is actually start applying some of our wood glue. Again, we're gonna just apply this along. Quite happy with getting a load of it down here. It's probably just dried on the end. Right, so we can clean this up later. I'm just going to run this all the way along, like so, paying a bit of attention to the bulkhead areas. Right, so we've got our glue down, and then putting this in. You know, it's pretty simple. I mean, all the hard work has been done now, really, because the shape has been made. Right, we just need to, as we've been doing throughout these videos, is actually just getting our pins and pinning this into place with the appropriate tool. So we're now going to move along with dropping in some planks on our HMS Victoria. Now you'll probably notice, you know, as you're building along with this, you'll see that there is a pattern to the way these planks go in, so you don't really need to go looking at the instructions which plank needs to go where. You can sort of see that you have got this pattern of we've got 1, 2, 3, and then it goes back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3, and then it goes back to the beginning, so we know without looking at instructions that the next plank is going to start just there. So that just sort of helps sort of not having to keep looking at instructions, what number goes where. Now what we need to do is we need to add a dropper plank just in here. I've already done one the other side. So what we need to do, we need to sort of bend a plank that goes nicely sort of bending around here as a bit of a guide to kind of work out where things are going to be going. So with a quick plank just sort of bent to a general sort of shape, we want to double check, do we actually need to put a dropper plank in here or not, or can we just get away with putting an old plank in? And what we basically do is we put one end right at the front just here, we put the other end just down here, sort of get it all nice and flat, and you basically look at where the gap is most, where you've got more of a gap. So if I just turn this up, you can sort of see we've got quite a bit of a gap there, and the whole idea is if the gap is more than half of your plank, you need to put a dropper plank in there. And just like I've shown you before, if it's less than 2.5 mil, because these are 5 mil long, so if it's less than like 2.5 mil, then you can go off and just simply taper this off and then just put this one in. No need for a dropper plank. But in this case we do need a dropper plank. So first things first, we need to sort of get a bit of a guide. We need to go up a couple of planks, put in a dummy plank so as we can sort of see where our other planks are going to go in between there. So first off, I've got loads of scrap pieces here. We want to just get 2 pieces, right, 2 simple planks like so, and all we're going to do is between 17 and 19, we're just going to whack these in roughly, just pin them in nice and simple. So we're going to have 2 little sort of marker planks just on here. What we want to do then is get our plank that we've been using to sort of see what we need doing. We want to then actually again just sort of just nail these in as a bit of a dummy plank, right? But at the front, what you want to do is make sure that this plank stops at the front, but you leave a 2.5 mil gap right there on the end, just so as we can get in our dropper planks and all those kind of things. So I'm just going to nail them in. So this is now nailed in, and as you can see, we've got just at the front here, we've got that little bit of a 2.5 mil gap, which is what you want. Then what we need to do is we need to go off and get out, I've already made them, but basically get a scrap piece of a plank. And all we're going to do is we need to find out where our dropper plank is going to start. So we take our single plank here, move it along until it starts to sort of bite, okay? Hopefully you can just sort of see it's going to be around about, it seems to bite about here, as you can see, which is where we want our dropper plank to start. But we do need it to start on one of these ribs, so it's okay just to maybe, I don't know, see, would it be better to push it forward a bit or maybe push it back a bit, right? And we could maybe even just, slightly maneuver this. You can get away with a little bit here and there, but basically it's just get one plank width, right, on one of our little beams here. And once we've got that in position, I'm kind of liking it on this one, although we could possibly squeeze into this one, because actually I have on this side it is in that place as well, so maybe sort of keep everything nice and even. So I'm going to whack that there, but before we do that, what we want to do is we want to now pin this one in position. So this is nice and solid in position where we need it to be, so it's not going to move. right? Because I mean this can still move, as you can see. So we're getting these key areas done. Then we want to get out 2 planks, right? Basically just glue them together like so. So we know we've got 2 plank widths here, which is like 10 millimeters. Right, and we want to do the same again. We basically want to run this along here and find out where it starts to pinch, right, which is looking like it's going to be here, because it really starts to pinch about here too much. So I'm liking it just here. So we just put that in there and we do the same again. Right, we're just going to sort of now nail this into this nice position, so we know this is a good 2 planks width here, and we've got a 1 plank width here, so we know where things are going to start.